From Giuseppe Studio, it's the Lombardi and JP Talk Sports podcast. It's week 4, and what a game against the Packers. It didn't end in a loss, but it also didn't end in a win. These boys were there and witnessed it firsthand. The excitement, we are excited to hear all about it. Here we go. Gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome home, first of all. I have never been more excited to hear about a game that ended in a tie.
I have.
It was a weird outcome. I've never seen a tie in person before, but definitely strange.
Was it as exciting? It was exciting watching it on TV and frustrating and so many different feelings. Run the gamut. But was it that exciting in the stadium?
I think it was more problematic because it was so exciting, and you can hear my voice, by the way, of all the cheering and the yelling and screaming and the excitement and the little sleep. But it was, to get to your question, it was so exciting and so full of energy that it was such a letdown for me at the end. It was kind of like the clock ran out, and we just looked at each other and said, what next? Like, how does this happen?
I know.
This is the NFL. How does this happen?
He looked like George Pickens going, a tie? A tie?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it was definitely, the back and forth was crazy. Atmosphere is amazing. We'll get into that later, the show. We'll kind of give you our breakdown of how it went we have a lot of cool stories to share, so stick around to the end.
Yeah, we got lots to talk about, not just about the game, but your experience. I mean, the whole weekend was unbelievable.
Very cool. Very, very cool.
You want to kick us off, JP, with the headlines to start?
Yeah, so Malik Hooker, we saw him hobbling off the field, and it looks like he might have a toe injury. It looked like a hamstring when how he was hobbling off, but he's being evaluated tomorrow. Could be missing just a couple of weeks here, some more time in that depleted secondary we already have with the injuries to Diggs, to Bland. Bland came back last week. This week he looked good, but Diggs, I think he's still suffering from something from his offseason. But Miles Sanders also got hurt this week. He's got a mild ankle sprain to go along with the other guys that we've been missing, which is CeeDee Lamb, Connor Beebe, and Tyler Booker, all are out with high ankle sprains. So some of the monitor, they're going to bring Jaden Blue in to fill in Miles Sanders' shoes. We're not really sure. And then also Tyler Guyton is in concussion protocol, so not really sure his status. But if we lose him, that's 4 offensive linemen that will be out for week 5 against the Jets, and that's not promising going into week 5. So, but on the bright side of things, Overshone did say yesterday he sees himself playing football before Thanksgiving, and we definitely need him on the defensive side as soon as possible.
Yeah, and I'd also tell you, Cowboy fans, to look out for the kid by the name of Nate Thomas. And he's an unknown name. You probably don't hear about him, but he took 13 snaps over the Packers game. He, I think it was his 12 snaps. He was able to secure the pass rush and assist big time on the offensive line, which was absolutely huge with all the injuries that JP just spoke about. This kid, Nate Thomas, actually stepped into some big shoes and did a nice job.
Did he step in for Guyton after the concussion?
He actually played left tackle. I think he played 6 snaps on the left side, and he played 4 snaps on the right side. So he played both. He actually played both positions.
He's on a rotation, but they did a highlight, though, showing the offensive line in the game, and it's like Nate Thomas is the 7th round pick. Hoffman is an undrafted free agent. Bass is an undrafted free agent. Tyler Smith is a 1st round pick, and then you had Terrence Steer, Terrence Steer, who was like a undrafted free agent. So it's kind of funny to see how bad the shape of our offensive lineman is right now with all these injuries. Obviously, we have gotten, you have Connor Beebe, all those guys, Cooper Beebe in that lineup. It looks a lot better with their early draft picks compared to being undrafted free agents that were picking up off the waiver wire.
This is what it's all about in the NFL. Like you don't think you're going to go all season without having injuries, and the guys that make it to the show,
but not all at once though.
No, I understand that, but it's next man up. And we are in a position. What, do we not play the game? You know what I mean? So this kid's going to get a shot at it. Nate Thomas, you watch for him.
Yeah, I hear you. Again, hopefully he holds his own, but it's just not promising having all your guys out at the same time. 1 or 2 is okay, but not 3 or 4. That's what makes me get nervous.
All right, and Malik Hooker is scheduled for an MRI on Monday.
Yeah.
So hopefully as the week progresses, we'll get some more information on him. But that did not look good, and certainly not something you want to have some discomfort or problems with in that position.
Absolutely not.
All right. Well, hey, the Lombardi and JP Talk Sports podcast is powered by Lee Creative Media, ready to make your brand unforgettable. Get your story seen with Lee Creative Media. All right. So we talked about the injuries. We talked about the rotation in the offensive line. Actually did, I thought, surprisingly well considering the situation. But overall, 80 points. Most scored in a tie since 1964. It was the first Cowboys tie since 1969 against the 49ers. Is this tie a good thing or a bad thing, gentlemen, for the Cowboys? Lombardi, you want to start?
So my understanding was this was a historic event that we saw. It was the first time in the NFL that the score ended in a tie at 40-40, and which was kind of cool, I think. To speak about, because when do you say you're going to go to an NFL game and see a tie? Almost never. You know what I mean?
And
so
a tie with 80 points.
Yeah,
scored.
and usually it's a blowout. If it's 80 points, it's more like 45 to 15 or something like that.
And I think the other cool thing about this is that obviously the game was a shootout, and it was 9 consecutive plays that each team was scoring at the time. So there were 9 consecutive offensive plays
to end the game.
To bring it into the 40-40 tie, which I think is pretty cool. Like to think about it. When do you ever see that? So,
it was awesome at the end, right? It was like so much energy and stuff, and I don't think anybody knew that it's going to end in a tie at the moment, But you asked if the tie is good or bad. I think it's not great. It's not good nor bad. No, it's not bad. As in for a tiebreaker down the road, if we have a winning record, that tie does help us with one less loss than the other teams in our division, or going for a spot in the wild card, getting a higher ranking. It does help you that way. But as for chasing the division, if you have only 10 wins and the other team has 11 wins, and that tie is the reason why you're going to have 11 wins, and we were 1 second away from winning the game. So it was one of those things where I don't think it's going to help us.
I don't think it helps the NFL. Like let's look at it on a global. Let's look at it on a global.
You disagree with Jerry Jones? Did you hear his comments?
I completely disagree.
Yeah. Totally.
And I would be the first one to tell you this. Like this is the NFL. This isn't a Pop Warner where everybody gets a trophy, man. Like you play to win the game. Somebody said that before. You play to win the game. Like listen, let's second overtime. Let's go. Let's play.
See, I don't think Shotty played to win the game there, because hold on, the 9 consecutive drives were ending in a score. And we knew if once we were on that 5-yard line on that amazing throw by Dak Prescott to Tolbert, that if we didn't score a touchdown there, they were scoring no matter what, either field goal or a touchdown.
Here's the thing, though. Dak Prescott scores that touchdown if he doesn't get tripped up.
Of course.
Game over. Game over.
But we kicked it out on 4th down. We could have ran that same play or something similar to get them in the end zone. We knew they were going to score no matter what. Now we were playing the tie. Like we took the field goal to play the tie. We knew they're going to get a field goal or a touchdown.
You're just saying you knew it. I mean, that's a hypothetical response.
How the Packers were scoring on every single possession, you should have. If I was Shotty, I'd take a shot at the end zone on 4th down because they're going to go run back anyway.
Are you sitting here after we go for it and we get stuffed, and they come down and score a field goal and we lose by 3?
At least we show some heart and some grit.
Well, I don't know.
As Maximus says, are you not entertained, Lombardi? So what, it ended in a tie? Were you not entertained for however many hours? I don't even know the length of the game.
I told you, it was the most amazing emotional roller coaster you could have bet on. It was awesome. The place was fired up. It was awesome. The problem is when the whistle blew and the game was over, everybody didn't know what to do. We all were like, this can't happen. This isn't wrong. This isn't right. You know what I mean? You don't end in a tie. You just don't.
As somebody once said, it's like kissing your sister.
Okay. All right. That was weird.
Yeah.
Well, you've never heard that saying before?
No,
tie?
moving on.
All right. What about, though, again, a total of 925 yards combined from both offenses. We knew the Cowboys' defensive issues, and they were going to get scored on. And at the same time, we knew the Cowboys' offense but we didn't expect necessarily against that defense the Cowboys were going to put up those numbers.
So a big credit to Dak Prescott in the offense with the scheme they came out with, because he was getting that ball out pretty quickly. I think Parsons said after the game, giving Dak a lot of credit, that he didn't have time to, because as soon as he got into the backfield, Prescott's already letting go of the ball and throwing it downfield. Dak Prescott had 40 attempts with 31 passes complete, 319 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. By far his best game so far of the season. George Pickens had 8 catches, 134 yards, and 2 touchdowns, which great to see him filling in for CD's role and really coming through when we needed him and it mattered. And then obviously our workhorse back there, Javonte Williams, another 20 carries, 85 yards and a touchdown. I'm going to say it every week because I'm so thankful for Javonte Williams. He runs so hard. The guy just runs right into guys and knocks them down. Like, I would hate to tackle that guy. It's been amazing to watch.
He is pretty awesome, and I had confidence in him from the beginning of the season. I know you said he's washed up and he's this and that. And
we say this every week.
Boy, I've never heard that before. Have you, JP? Can somebody call this?
He is keeping this glue together. But I will tell you this, I think I'm going to shock you when I say this, but I think Dak Prescott is having his best season of his career. He looks better. He seems to be in better shape. I mean, he's never going to be a runner, but he's more mobile in the pocket. He's able to get the ball out, like you had mentioned, quicker. And I think what's going on too is that we have other guys that are stepping up. Kvante Turpin is just being a stud. Like, he was just a punt returner. Now he's a bona fide wide receiver. He's playing that slot position. He's a threat. Defenses have to keep an eye on him. He's a threat. Tolbert, he's another one. I mean, this kid, yes, he's not a Pro Bowler, but I'm going to be honest with you. You can't leave him alone. He's got great hands. We saw his catch of the career, which I hope we'll talk about later on. Unbelievable hands on this kid.
That catch, the sideline catch?
Unbelievable. And then Ferguson, he is a Pro Bowler, maybe the number 1, number 2, number 3 tight end in the league. So what Dak has done with his body and what he has done with his practice and having those weapons on the offensive line, I believe he's having the best season of his career.
So in the preseason, we talked about, will Shoddy unleash Dak? Would this be the year that Shoddy gives Dak all the, because he's all the weapons now? Can he unleash him mentally to play in a better, with his scheme? I think it's showing right now that Shoddy's offense is right now ranked 1 in the NFL. Right now, we have the best offense. The problem is we have the worst defense in the NFL that can't stop anybody. So we're going to be in these shootout games every single week. So if we had a better defense with our amazing offense, because everybody's on offense, even with the injuries, we are still performing on a high level. And it's so great to see Dak Prescott making that throw. We're talking about it now. Making that throw.
Yeah, let's talk about it now. Tolbert's catch.
Yeah, because again, he rolls out, gets away from Parsons and just hucks it. And you and I were looking at it, what is he doing?
Right.
What is it?
No joke.
We thought he threw it away.
Where is he throwing it?
Yeah.
He threw it away.
We threw it away.
Sure.
We look to the right and it's like,
There's nobody there.
There's Tolbert. And
Right.
and then you don't see you can't see his toes in real time.
Yeah.
And then you see it, you're like, oh my God, that was, like you said, the catch of the year.
It not only the catch of the year, it just, once again, it's more than just a catch. It builds a rapport now with CD being out. It builds a rapport with another receiver for Dak. It gives this kid Tolbert a little bit more confidence. And Shoddy is bringing these guys on. They're buying into his is a scheme. They're buying into it. So the more and more this happens, the better and better the offense is going to play. Now, one last thing I'm going to say is onto JP. If you told me the Dallas Cowboys going into week 5 would be the number 1 offense and then told me we were going to be 1, 2, and 1, I'd laugh at you. But you are right. I'm going to say it here. We can't sustain, Dak Prescott or anybody else cannot sustain this type of offense without improving the defense.
And one more catch we got to talk about is that Pickens catch, Joe. Remember that?
Oh, awesome.
So
awesome.
When Dak threw it to the end zone, he had double coverage on him. And there's a video, you can watch it on Facebook, on the Cowboys Facebook, of CD Lamb with a coach going, he's going to get this, calling it before he caught it. And he caught it with an amazing catch, 2 hands, feet down.
It was awesome.
With 2 guys on him.
Yeah.
It set us up for that Dak rushing touchdown. That was amazing play. I'm like, that's the Pickens from Pittsburgh that we all saw that we were so excited to get into Dallas.
It was only what I think we're missing though is it was only time that George Pickens was going to show what he has.
Yeah, this was it.
And this was it. And he's gonna maybe it's because CD's out and now the light's on him a little bit more and he feels that way. But either way, George Pickens is a guy we have to sign after the season. I know that we're not going to go into that on this show, but he's a guy that we need to get for 4 years. If we gave up what we gave up to get him, he's that guy. He's our bona fide number 2.
All right. So 2 quick questions on Tolbert's catch. When you guys saw it live, did you guys think, or people in the stadium, did they think it was not a catch, or?
They always think it's a catch.
They always think it's a catch.
So we're not gonna even lie about where we were because it's coming
the truth coming out.
Yeah. We'll get to there. We'll get to there.
All right. Okay. Were you at your seats when Golden got hit on the punt return?
Well, let me ask you a question. What seats are you referring to?
Oh, okay.
Right?
Wow.
Yeah, that's true.
Because your seats aren't good enough. You actually had to sit somewhere else.
We do have a special place.
All right. Well, I want to know if it sounded like the whole stadium just went, "Ooh!" when Golden got slammed. He did that spin on the punt return, and he got nailed.
We were in our seats for that play, and me and him hit each other. That was because we literally saw him just lay him right. It was right in front of us. I was right in front of the Cowboys bench where it happened. And it was like you saw it in real time. Like,
could you hear it?
Yes.
Yeah.
When the guy turned around,
you hear it on TV.
I was like, "Oh no!" Because you see 35. I can't think of his name.
Lining him up.
Lining him up.
I don't even know how to say his name. Leafo.
Exactly why I'm not going to say it.
Make me look like the idiot.
When he hit Golden, he turned around because he turned around. He caught it and spun and turned. And as soon as he turned facing the right way, the guy was already hitting him, and I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I remember hitting him, like this
it was awesome.
Crazy.
It was awesome.
Because we were down 13-2 at that point, and that got some life into AT&T Stadium for sure.
Yeah, because you got to remember the first 30 seconds of the game, the first minute of the game, they come down and score. Like we were like, "Here we go again."
Yeah,
here we go again.
On the third down though, we got him the 3rd and long.
Yeah,
and he just hucked it deep, and we got blown in coverage again.
Yeah, it was awful. It was like, here we go again.
Yeah, it's crazy how that game started, and then the first quarter, and then the rest of the other 4 quarters, including
also
OT.
The first Cowboy drive. We were scratching our heads. 3 running plays in a row.
Yeah.
And isn't that when Dak threw it short of the change? You were talking about chains?
He threw it 3 in a row. 3 plays in a row. We ran the ball.
But I understand, like, listen, I didn't like the play call, but what they were trying to do, once again, and we said this last week, getting ready for this game, if we were going to win this game or be in competition, we needed the run game to be there. And they were trying to establish that right from the beginning. Listen, I don't like the call, but I think that was
third down, though.
That was the mentality of it.
Then on the next drive, we threw the ball the first 2 plays. It's like, well, I don't know.
Because they knew it didn't work.
I just thought it was strange. The play call in the first couple of drives when we're already down now 13 because we blocked the extra point, we ran it back
13-2 or something.
13-2, and we're playing around with the play calls. I was like, come on, guys, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So before we get to the last play of the game, or do you want to talk about the last sort of 2 plays of the game? Green Bay has the ball, and then get into Micah's performance and his return, or do you want to do Micah's first and then talk about the end of the game?
Let's talk about Micah because that's, it is what it is. And 1 sack, 4 quarterback pressures.
3 tackles, 1 sack. Yeah.
And
handful of pressures.
And a handful of pressures.
So, and that sack, by the way, you guys just mentioned it. Didn't you just talk about it? Where it's a game saving. I can't believe he was behind the line of scrimmage. Like they're counting that as the sack. And I was like, he got a sack? I thought that was just over the line of scrimmage. But anyway.
Same area. Yeah. I don't get how it's a sack. The ball was past the line.
He was clearly running. I know it was a passing play. And if it's a passing play and you get sacked behind the line of scrimmage, it counts as a sack.
So I don't know. The reception was kind of dull when he came back. They didn't do anything for him. Didn't hear a lot of boos, didn't hear a lot of cheers. It was very, very boring. There's nothing to report on that.
Well, you hear Jerry's comments.
Well, I love it. You know why? I love his comments.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, listen, Mike is a great I'm going to paraphrase.
Yeah.
Mike is a great player, and he's a wonderful player, and he's going to make his plays and all these things. But there are ways to stop Micah, and we know those ways. And for the last 4 years, we didn't go to a Super Bowl, and Micah didn't bring us to the Super Bowls, but there are different formations that we're going to throw at him. And you know what? He insinuated that he wasn't that great stopping the run, is what pretty much what he was insinuating was Micah could rush a passer, but can't stop the run.
Yeah, I definitely miss Micah. I mean, it sucks seeing him in a Green Bay uniform in person. Didn't enjoy that at all. I saw him come out of the tunnel when he came out, and it's just like just as a fan, as a Cowboy fan, you miss him. You'd be like, why is he on our team anymore?
Your heart sinks a little.
I know one player doesn't bring you to a Super Bowl, and I agree with Jerry Jones. I agree what you're saying, Joe. But I would be lying to everybody here that's saying I don't miss him. I do miss him because yesterday until the end of the game, we had no pressure on Jordan Love. He had all day to throw, and that concerns me going on to the season. I know that, Sam Williams got to step up. Fowler's got to step up. Iraku's got to step up. All those guys got to get to the quarterback quicker. We are letting him run around and make plays. On that third down play, he had all day to throw. These things cannot happen on the defensive side. Now, I don't know. I definitely miss Parsons. Seeing him talk to Diggs after the game and all the players, you could see that he misses some of these Cowboys.
I was just going to bring that up. And this is kind of the cool thing with our seats and being right on the field is Diggs and Parsons exchanged shirts.
Oh, they went soccer style on us,
they exchanged shirts. They signed each other's shirt or whatever. But you can almost see, like, we're that close. You can almost see how these multi-million-dollar players are still kids at a certain point in time, because you could see the hurt and the sadness that these guys have been best friends, the collective group with Dak. And it was sad. I think there was a sense of sadness with Micah Parsons. You can see it right on the field. It was interesting.
After the game, Dak and Parsons had a little heart-to-heart, and Parsons said, "I always believe in you. You're always gonna be my boy, kind of thing, forever." And he said something like, "You were killing it today with those quick passes." Like, he gave him like a compliment right after the game, and Dak is going, yeah. He's like, because Dak knew that he only has so much time to throw. All the great quarterbacks you could name, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, all those guys get rid of the ball within 2 seconds of. They hike the ball, they look back, have 2 seconds to throw, they throw it. They don't hold on to the ball. When you hold on to the ball, that's when all the trouble happens.
Well, we said this from day one. Tom Brady, one of the greatest quarterbacks in the world, 3 to 5 yards within a second or two, getting the ball out and won 7 Super Bowls on it. So that's how you do it.
So it's Chatty's game plan worked.
Yeah.
They knew what they had to do.
Correct.
They didn't let Parsons ruin the game.
Yeah. Well, and one thing Jerry did not imply, he just flat out said Dak was indispensable, I believe was the word he used, and Micah was not. So there was kind words between the players. There wasn't kind words necessarily out there put by Jerry Jones.
You know something, Scotty? I think you're going to see within a few weeks, Micah Parsons fires his agent. You heard it here first.
Okay.
Yeah. I said this to JP on the flight home today. I said he's going to fire his agent. I think he knows that he messed up. He should have took his $200 million and bet upon the Dallas Cowboys. He didn't. He wanted another $18 million.
Imagine that. You get a guy an extra $18 million and you get fired for it.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
I think Jerry's right with his statement, though. I think a quarterback in the NFL is way more important than a defensive end.
Whoa.
All right, we don't have time for that to get into whether Dak should be the highest
face of the
paid.
franchise. Oh my God.
He was.
I'm bringing up the gavel.
Next week.
We do not have time.
I'm noting this right now.
All right, make a note of that. All right. Well, while I've taken the moment to stop the conversation, I want to thank you all for tuning in, whether you're listening or watching us on YouTube or listening on Spotify or any of the other platforms. We're everywhere. Wherever your podcasts are, that's where we are. So please subscribe, like, follow us. We are here every week with your Cowboys news, information, and opinions. And apparently, we got some more opinions coming next week regarding Dak Prescott. So make sure you tune back into us and comment down below. Let's keep the conversation going long after this record is over. All right. Well, we got a few minutes here, so let's talk a little bit more about your personal experience. We've touched on it just about the game and you're being in the stadium, but you did way more than just watch a 3.5, 4 hour football game that went into overtime and ended in a tie.
Awesome. So we get to our seat. We're at the Stadium Club. We get
start on Saturday first.
Oh God, I don't think we have time. We don't have time. Go ahead. You start Saturday.
Quick version, Cliff Notes version.
Quick.
So Saturday we got to go on the field, and you can check out the video on YouTube and TikTok. We got to do a little pregame, video on the field. AT&T was amazing. It was so cool. I felt like a kid being out there, and we got to throw the football around, throw some touchdown passes in the end zone. Caught that on video. And then Sunday was the big day, which is why this is amazing. So Joe, you can take it away.
So we get to the stadium club. I usually meet up with a couple that I've become very friends with. Kyle and my friend, his wife Kathy, wonderful, wonderful people. Shout out to the Days. And so we're meet at the stadium club, and we're in there, and we said, hey, let's go down and get our field bracelets, like our field passes. So we went down to the stadium, Miller Lighthouse Club. We get our passes, and we're all set. We go to our seats. Well, we're sitting in our seats, and these two women are sitting in front of us. And I know they don't own the seats. There's an attorney that owns those 4 seats right in front of me, row 2, C110. And she had turned around because there was a group of guys there that they looked like she labeled them as SMU brats, like these entitled little SMU brats or whatever. And they were like, not being obnoxious, but having fun. So we laughed. They made a joke with us, and we laughed. So we're watching the game, and they can see how passionate we are. She turns around and says, hey, I see you're in the field club, and I see your stadium club. She said, did you ever get into the owners club? And I said, I didn't know. I don't even know where the owners club is. She said, well, I have 2 tickets. I'd love to bring you guys, my friend and I would love to bring you guys into the owners club to check it out. I would hate to see these go to waste. So halftime, fast forward, we get up, we go to the owners club. We're in the owners club. Literally, this is where
at halftime you went to the owners club.
Yes, all the family of the players, all the coaches' wives, ex-players.
Did you ever find out what the relationship was that these women had with either family or owners?
Yeah, so I asked her. She is a client of the attorney that owns the seat. So she gets tickets from him, on a handful of occasions or whatever.
So you think the owners club was his tickets?
Yes. No doubt.
Okay.
Yep. No doubt.
And there's actors in there. Lil Wayne was there. With his Packers gear. It was very, very, very cool. And then in that moment where we're there, we're hanging out with them and having some drinks, watching the game on the TVs, like these huge TVs to watch the game on. Everson Walls walks behind us, which we met him. You met him multiple times. I met him one time at an autograph signing, and I turned to Joe. I'm like, "That's Everson Walls." And one of the people like, "Why don't you go say hi to him?" And I'm like, "Really?" Like it's like I feel like it's kind of weird to interrupt.
Can I do
him.
that?
So I did.
So yeah, Joe went over there and said hi, and we ended up talking to Everson Walls throughout the whole second half.
Wow.
Talking about just football, his career, the Cowboys, and it was such a cool experience. And he wasn't the only ex-player there, but he's the most humble guy. So shout out to Everson Walls. You belong in the Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
So
and he's and
you got his helmet back there, right?
Next week I will find out which one he is on my list and point him out.
Bring him out. We'll put him right on the front of the desk.
Yeah, right? But you know what? Like to echo what JP said. Like we thought this. I walked up to him as I can talk to anybody. I walked up to him, gave him 5. Hey, gives me a hug, and like we had this moment or whatever. And I just thought that was going to be that because we're in a place where that shouldn't happen. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it's very elite, very like they want their own space. He wouldn't leave us alone. Like he was with one of his buddies. He was with one of his buddies who was from California. Kind of this guy, Mike. He was a really cool guy, but he was with one of his buddies, and we would try to walk away. Everson Walls would follow us, and we'd be watching the game, high-fiving each other. Yeah. So I was like, JP, I don't think we're bothering him, but I think he kind of wants to hang out with us too.
Yeah, it was a once in a lifetime opportunity to be able to hang out with him, talk football, and keep in mind he was coached by Landry and Parcells. Won a Super Bowl with the Giants. Was an NFL leading interception leader that Deggs broke it a couple years ago. So he has some pretty cool accolades. And again, thank you so much, Mr. Walls, for hanging out with us.
Yeah, Everson, you're the best.
Yeah, thank you.
Everson Walls, number 24, man.
Yeah.
It's got to be in his 60s now. So.
He looks great. He's in great shape.
Okay. All right. Well, anything else from your experience? I mean, that is a once in a lifetime. You talk about a once in a lifetime experience.
I mean,
man, not that we have a lot of time left. So
I think we're good.
That's great.
Yeah, no, it was more something that I've been doing for 10 years and not ever been able to get into the owners club and to have that experience and to have JP with me because it was just not a shot in the dark. Like it could have been you, it could have been Cass who's coming with me in November. Like it was just a random shot in the dark, you know?
You just never know what's going to happen.
That's
Every
right.
trip is different.
That's
All
right.
Well, every week in the NFL is different. Great job, guys. So let's do our picks real quick, including the Cowboys at Jets. And as we make that pick, we can sort of talk a little bit about, but we really have 1 minute here to get through our picks. So we got 3 picks. We'll save the Cowboys at Jets for last. Let's start with Thursday Night Football. 2 3-1 teams. 49ers at the Rams. Who you guys have?
I got the 49ers.
I got the Rams.
And I also have the Rams.
If Brock Purdy plays, I got the 49ers.
That's not how this works.
You have no faith in Mac Jones?
No.
Come on.
So if Brock doesn't play, I'm taking the Rams.
All right.
No,
well, you got.
that's not how it works.
That's how it works.
The hours are ticking here before you have to make your pick. Get the picks in.
Scotty, who do you have?
I am going with the Rams, regardless of who the 49ers have at QB.
Oh.
All right.
The right way to do it.
Bucs at Seahawks. So 2 more 3-1 teams. Tampa Bay Bucs, who I think we all picked and then got burnt by this past week, at the 3-1 Seahawks, who I did not pick. Did we all pick Arizona? Or maybe you picked Seattle.
I picked Seattle.
Yeah, and JP and I picked Arizona. Speaking of Thursday night games, and we got burned by that. Stupid Cardinals.
Tampa burnt me this week. I thought they were going to show a little bit better against the Eagles, and they didn't, but I'm going to support them and go with the Bucs.
I'm going Seahawks.
I am also going with the Seahawks. The 2 home teams for 3-1 for me. All right, and lastly, our Cowboys at Jets. In 30 seconds, our picks and why. What to look out for.
Simple.
Sorry.
Very, very simple. The Dallas Cowboys showed what they can really do. We lost the season opener against the Eagles, and they played one of their best games. They showed grit. They showed poison. They poised. They showed everything they need to show. They did the same against the Green Bay Packers. They have the ability. The Jets do not beat the Dallas Cowboys. Now, if they come out and play like the Bears against the Bears, we lose. But even with the injuries, the Dallas Cowboys beat the Jets.
I think that was 30 seconds. I'm going to say the Cowboys.
What do you mean?
Same reasons or different reasons?
Different reasons?
You don't have to say the reasons.
No, he said we had 30 seconds to go through it.
Oh.
And you took them all in 30
I
seconds.
got 30 seconds.
We had 30 seconds total.
Oh, that's total.
Now we're at minus 30
you
seconds.
should be a little more specific then.
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
It's all set.
So
Yeah.
just like we said against the Giants and the Bears, Cowboys, Lombardi, you said it was going to be a blowout, I believe, against the Giants.
I don't
This
know.
is the next New York team. Let's see what happens.
What do you think?
I just don't believe in Justin Fields, and I think the Jets are so far away from being a good team. I think they lost to the Dolphins on Monday night, so I'm going.
All right,
Cowboys.
come on, Cowboys. Don't let us down. Can you just have some consistency 2 weeks in
It's
a
the
row?
Jets.
Please, against the Jets.
telling ya.
All right, well, that's all the time we have for our show this week. I mean, we had some great stories, great experiences, and what a game. It all just happened in one day. Crazy. So for Lombardi, JP, I'm Scotty P. Those are our Week 4 reviews and Week 5 picks. Come back next week, and we'll talk more about it. Cowboy Talk. Peace.